So what's the difference between Apple's spatial video and regular 3D videos? Hi, my name is Mick and I've been shooting 3D for almost 30 years. I got to try the Apple Vision Pro, and in this video, I'm going to tell you 7 things you must know about Apple spatial video. Number 1, Apple lied to us about spatial video. In its presentations about the Vision Pro, Apple showed these purported demos of spatial video where the camera is panning behind the user and you can see the background moving independently from the subject in these spatial videos. This effect is called parallax and it's really important for making the scene look much more real to us. When I tried the Vision Pro and they showed the spatial video demo, that's the first thing I checked. Is there parallax? So I stood up, moved my head around, and there was zero parallax. The background was glued to the subject. It didn't look at all like these demos that they showed in these Apple Vision Pro presentations. So it brings me to point number 2. What's the difference between spatial video and regular 3D videos? In a word, nothing. Nothing. There's no difference at all between 3D videos and Apple spatial videos. And that was really shocking to me because number 1, Apple called it spatial video. They could have called it 3D videos and everyone would know what they're talking about. And instead, they had the hubris to call it spatial videos as if it was something completely different when it wasn't.
Next, let's explore a brand new realm of photography called spatial videos. This is one of my favorite parts about Apple Vision Pro. There's an added dimension to them. You really have to experience it for yourself. It's almost like peering into a moment in time.
It's exactly like that. And I can look at this from different angles. I can almost smell the smoke.
Secondly, there were all these tech reviewers who got an early look at Apple Vision Pro, and they told us how immersive this new format was and how it made it feel like you're really there. These are tech reviewers who are supposed to be trusted and are supposed to know what they're talking about. And the fact that they didn't realize that this was just exactly the same as regular 3D videos is truly shocking to me. Either they're lying about it or they're just extremely ignorant about it. Either way, it's really pissing me off. I mean, I bought an iPhone 15 Pro specifically because of this spatial video capture capability, and only to find out that it's just the same as regular 3D video. I mean, what the fuck? What about those images they showed of the moon and Mount Hood? Those look 3D, don't they? And they are true 3D images. Like if you crouch down or you move side to side, you can see your perspective change. But here's the thing, neither the Vision Pro nor the iPhone 15 Pro can capture images like that. They're not just 3D images, they're actual photogrammetry 3D images shot with thousands of photos combined together into a photorealistic 3D model. Now let's move on to the next topic, shooting spatial videos. Now, Apple tells us that you can capture spatial videos either with the Vision Pro or the iPhone 15 Pro or Pro Max.
And you can actually take these spatial videos with your iPhone 15 Pro or with Apple Vision Pro.
That part is true, but what they don't tell you is that the spatial video that you capture on your iPhone 15 Pro or Pro Max is not gonna look as good as the spatial video shot on the Vision Pro. See, in order to capture stereoscopic 3D photos or videos, or what Apple calls spatial video, you need to have two lenses with a certain distance apart. Now, the bigger this distance is, the stronger the 3D effect, the stronger the feeling of depth in the image. Now, you don't want it to be too weak where the image looks almost flat, nor do you want it to be too strong where the depth is exaggerated. Instead, ideally, you want it to be similar to what we see in real life, which is why in 3D cameras, the two lenses are frequently the same distance as the distance between average human eyes, or about 65 millimeters. Now, on the Apple Vision Pro, it has these two cameras that are about the same distance as human eyes, so it looks realistic. Now, with the iPhone 15 Pro or Pro Max, the two lenses are very close to each other, so the depth effect is very weak. Apple was aware of this and they tried to hide it in its Vision Pro demo. How? In the Vision Pro demo, they showed a spatial video shot with the iPhone 15 Pro. It was like a mom and her daughter, and there were like bubbles in front of the camera while the mom was several feet away. So with that much distance between the bubbles and the subject, then you could notice the depth. But if they had shot it normally with the bubbles like in front of her at a normal distance, then you would have noticed the 3D effect wasn't as convincing. Now, if you are interested in capturing 3D photos and videos, you do not need the Apple Vision Pro to do that. You can use a couple of alternatives. One of them is the Meta Quest 3. Yes, that's right. The Quest 3 can capture 3D photos and videos. Another option is a dedicated 3D camera. There's one that recently came out called the QCam Eagle, and it's, as of the time of this video, it's about $50 off its usual price. So if you want to check it out, here's my review over here. Now let's talk about watching spatial videos. Is Apple Vision Pro the only way to watch spatial videos? That's what Apple tells us, but that's not true anymore. Meta announced that they're rolling out an update for the Quest that will add spatial video viewing capability. So if you have a Quest 2, Quest 3, or Quest Pro, then watch out for the version 62 OS update, and that's going to add spatial video viewing capability. Like, you can use the spatial video that you shot with your iPhone 15 Pro or Pro Max or Vision Pro and view them on the Quest. Next, let's talk about panoramas. Apple makes a big deal about how Vision Pro makes panoramas look super immersive. So what happens is when you use the Vision Pro to look at the panorama, it's going to wrap the panorama around you. It's like one of those exhibits that you've gone into, like maybe in a museum or something, where you have an image that's displayed all around you like this. Okay, so that's cool, but how would you like to see a photo or video that surrounds you completely? Not just around you like this, but everywhere all around you. You can do that with a 360 camera. So there are many 360 cameras that can capture 360 photos or videos. So right now, two of the most popular 360 cameras are the GoPro Max and the Insta360 X3. If you want to see my comparison, check out this video. Now, please note, in my Vision Pro demo, I did not see any 360 photos or videos. So I don't know for sure if the Vision Pro will support viewing 360 photos or videos. I mean, it's logical, but I just didn't see it. Speaking of 360, let's talk about Apple Immersive Video. One of the things I saw in the Vision Pro demo was Apple's Immersive Video format. I saw these videos that were 3D and they also occupied the entire front field of my vision. So for example, they have one where Alicia Keys is in the studio and you can see her and it feels like you're right there. And this is cool, but this is also not unique to Apple. This is actually a format called 3D 180 or VR 180. You can Google it and you'll see tons of 3D 180 and VR 180 photos and videos. The most affordable VR 180 camera I'm aware of right now is the CAF VR, and it's about $2,000. Now, Canon did show a prototype of a hybrid camera that could either convert from a 360 camera to a VR 180 camera, but they haven't said for sure that they're releasing it. So you can check that out here. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in 360.